all you need to know about the Tesla stock on 18th August in a single video. That's right, in this video we will first discuss important news surrounding the Tesla stock and then we'll move on to analyzing the price action on tradingview.com charts. But before we do that, subscribe to our channel Stox 101 for regular chart analysis videos. The first news we have is that a heat wave has caused the world's largest battery producer CATL to shut down their factory in Sichuan for 6 days, which would in turn increase raw material prices for Tesla, Toyota, and other EV car makers. Even though it sounds like bad news, our next news should change your view on this. The second news we have is that Tesla has reduced their Model Y waiting time in China from a 10-week average to a 6-week average. This is a result of a major upgrade that the Shanghai plant went through, increasing the output to about 22K Model 3 and Model Y units per week. The third news we have is that Tesla has issued a public denial stating that David Searle, the legal head of Tesla, is not leaving his position. This comes a few hours after Bloomberg, a media company, published an article stating that Tesla's legal head has left the company. Now that we're done with today's news, let's head straight into the analysis. So as you guys can see right here, we have jumped into the tradingview.com chart, and as always we'll first analyze the 1-day chart, then we'll move on to the 1-hour chart, and finally to end it off we'll get into the 5-minute charts. But first, one thing that I want to show you guys in the 1-day chart is, first I'll help you guys mark a few important levels. So I'll pick up my horizontal line for that, and the first level would be this level that we just got rejected from, which is about $950. So I'll just mark 950 over here. And as you guys can see, it has been tested as a past resistance as well as a support level somewhere. And the second level would be somewhere around here. And this is a very important level. Keep this in mind, somewhere around $760. Then the bottom would be somewhere around $620. And now let's get straight into our analysis. The first thing that I want you guys to see here is the price action. As you guys can see right here, we went into a full bullish mode. Then there was obviously a sell-off, and during that sell-off we tested this resistance level once, and then we bounced off from the support level, testing this resistance, getting back to test, and as you can see, support, test, and again we are testing the resistance of $950. Now I personally believe that the crash will last a little longer. We might crash a bit over here, as you can see that the bullish trend has exhausted over here. And now when we crash, keep this in mind that once we break the 20 EMA, we will crash down to the 50 EMA, and that is again my opinion, but it is very widely proven. Now, in case that happens, I personally believe that the stock will keep crashing and then get again into this zone, or probably take support at this area, and then we might be able to break out of this level, and this might be in accordance with when crypto market recovers. So when we see Bitcoin and others recover, we might see Tesla stock recover as well. Now I want to bring your attention to the Elliott Waves. As you guys can see right here, as I said right now, the Elliott waves are forming a bearish trend. As you guys can see right here, we completed the 5-point Elliott wave, and according to the theory, we are supposed to go down, recover a bit more, and then by the time we hit the C wave, we would probably be somewhere around the support level. And that again just proves my analysis. And another thing that I want to show you guys is that the past this particular bearish run, or I would say a sell-off, lasted for about, I would say, 50%, right? So I personally believe that we can see somewhat of a 25% run over here, which would come up to about $700. So we should mark this level as well. And now, if you ask me why I am doing this, it's completely, I would say, just my gut feeling, but I have seen this technique work in crypto and in other niches as well. Now, to further prove our analysis, let's jump straight into the 1-hour chart. Now we have opened the 1-hour chart, and there is one thing that I particularly want you guys to see here. As you guys can see, we were forming a bullish trend, got rejected over here, and this is the bigger picture over here. As you guys can see, we broke the 20 EMA over here, and I'm very sure that we would break the 50 EMA as well, jumping somewhere around the 100 EMA, right? We would bounce off somewhere around this level of 880. And as you guys can see, the Elliott wave again indicates a bearish trend. And I personally think that around 2 or 3 days later, the stock would be standing around a price of $820 or $830. Now, if we were to talk about the volumes, as you guys can see, some spikes, some volatility, but the average true range is currently at a low. Let me just expand this for you guys. As you guys can see, we have come down a lot in terms of volatility from about the levels of 20 and 30. We are down to 11, which is like really low compared to other Tesla stock ATRs. Now, there are some specific levels that I want to give you guys, and especially for those of you who swing trade. Now, keep in mind that these levels won't have any value in the long run, but in the short run, they definitely will matter a lot. The first one would be somewhere around this level of 838 or rather 840, and the second one is again a very close level of 843. If the market comes down over here, it might stay range bound for a few days. Now, this is very, I would say, rare for Tesla stock because Tesla never stays range bound, but this is a possibility. As you guys can see right here, we have been bouncing constantly between this support and this resistance level, and I personally think that this might be a possibility. With that being said, let's jump into the 5-minute chart and analyze the intraday sessions. Now, as you guys can see, we have opened the 5-minute chart, and there is something really interesting that I want to show you guys. If you see here, wait, let me mark this level real quick. We started the day off at $910 and we ended the day at $910 as well. And this is a very rare occurrence. I don't see this often in the stock market. Now, there is something specific related to this $910 level. If you guys see, it kept coming back to the $910 level. Went again, came back, and it acted somewhat like a CPR, which, if you don't know, is a pivot range. Now, if I were to mark a pivot range over here, it would probably be somewhere around this level being the top pivot and somewhere around this level being the lower pivot. But if we see these levels, I personally believe that there might be S1 and S2 over here as well between these two pivots. And as you guys can see over here, we tested the same support as well. And over here, it was the same support. As you guys can see, $905, $905. And if we were to mark another R1 as well, we can say that this was the resistance 1. Because as you guys can see, tested the resistance, broke up, again tested resistance, fell down, and that is pretty much it for the 5-minute chart as well. Now that was it for today's Tesla stock analysis. Today is 18th August, let me remind you of that. And if you are watching this on 19th or 20th, don't worry, this will still help you at least make a wiser decision while investing in the Tesla stock. Now, before ending the video off, I have some important things to say to you guys. First is be sure to share this video to fellow Tesla investors. Second is remember that this is my opinion and not financial advice. I could be wrong, so invest at your own risk and after doing proper research. Also, remember that this is just a chart analysis and this definitely does not involve any fundamental or financial value. So make sure that you analyze those parts as well. You read over the financial statements and then make an investing decision. With that being said, be sure to hit the subscribe button and let me know in the comments what you guys think about my analysis and the Tesla stock as well. Hit the like button if you agree with my analysis, and you can obviously hit the dislike button if you don't. I will see you guys in the next video. Until then, keep trading.